On September 7, 1191, during the Third Crusade, the Crusader coalition under King Richard I of England faced the Ayyubid Sultan Saladin in the decisive Battle of Arsuf. It came just weeks after the fall of Acre, a key Crusader victory that compelled Saladin to intercept Richard's march from Acre to the vital port of Jaffa. After securing Acre, Richard understood that Jaffa was the gateway to Jerusalem. In August, he began a cautious march south along the coast. The sea shielded his right flank while his fleet carried supplies and evacuated the wounded. Remembering the disastrous defeat at Hattin, where heat and thirst destroyed the Crusader army, Richard ensured constant access to fresh water and shade where possible. His army advanced in tight formation, 12 cavalry regiments of 100 knights each at the core, infantry shielding the landward side, and crossbowmen forming the outer ranks. The baggage train hugged the coast, guarded by rotating infantry units to keep them fresh under constant Ayyubid harassment. By early September, Saladin realized that scattered attacks would not stop Richard. To bring the Crusaders to battle, he concentrated his entire army, around 25,000 men, mostly cavalry, near the Wood of Arsuf, one of the few forested areas in Palestine. Here, the terrain concealed his forces. Richard's army numbered roughly 10,000 infantry and 1,200 heavy cavalry. The vanguard was led by the Knights Templar under Robert de Sable, the rearguard by the Knights Hospitaller under Garnier de Nablus. Between them marched contingents from Anjou, Brittany, and Poitou, including Guy of Lusignan. Saladin's army, Bedouin and Sudanese skirmishers, Turkish horse archers, Mamluks, Kurds, and troops from Egypt, Syria, and Mesopotamia, was arranged in 3 divisions, with Saladin himself in the center. September 7th opened with Bedouin and Nubian infantry loosing arrows and javelins before giving way to mounted archers who attacked in waves, then retreated. The Hospitallers in the rear bore the brunt of this assault, enduring relentless missile fire and heat while trying to hold formation. Losses in horses threatened the Crusaders' ability to mount a decisive counterattack. The morning of September 7th opened with Bedouin and Nubian infantry. Eventually, Hospitaller crossbowmen began to falter, retreating while firing. Sensing danger, Garnier de Nablus requested permission to charge. Richard refused, waiting for the perfect moment. But the Hospitaller Marshal, Baldwin Le Caron, launched a charge without waiting, crying, "St. George!" The Hospitallers were quickly joined by French knights, forcing Richard to commit to a full-scale assault signaled by 6 trumpet blasts. The infantry opened lanes for the knights, unleashing a rolling charge from rear to front. Saladin's right wing, engaged too closely to escape, was smashed. Many cavalrymen, fighting dismounted, were cut down. The attack spread chaos through the Ayyubid ranks. Chronicler Baha al-Din described a total rout. Saladin's center and left collapsed, leaving only a handful of his personal guard. Richard, wary of overextension, regrouped his army before launching a final charge that scattered the Ayyubids into the hills and forests. That night, the Crusaders returned to Arsuf, gathering spoils from the battlefield. Saladin lost 32 emirs and some 7,000 men. Richard's losses numbered fewer than 700. Though Arsuf did not deliver Jerusalem, it shattered Saladin's momentum, boosted Crusader morale, and secured Jaffa. The victory paved the way for the Treaty of Jaffa, which allowed Christian pilgrims to enter Jerusalem. The Battle of Arsuf remains a testament to Richard the Lionheart's discipline and tactical brilliance, a clash where patience, timing, and steel turned the tide of the Third Crusade.